Today we're talking about 3 hair products which are marketed as miracle workers, but if you're wearing a hair system, they could actually be destroying your hair. So we're going to break down why they cause dryness, flattening, and build-up, how they're different on hair system hair compared to normal hair, and perhaps most importantly, what to use next. So let's dive straight in. Now the first offender is aerosol hairsprays. And if you've been to a hair system stylist before, they might have used this on you already. And I'll be honest guys, I'm really anti-aerosol hairsprays. Now I get the logic guys, you want volume, you want hold, and you want control of your hair. Especially if you want a style that's gonna last like a day or even a week. But here's the deal. Most of these products are full of drying alcohols like SD alcohol or isopropyl alcohol. Now you might be familiar with isopropyl alcohol. I've mentioned it a million times on my channel before. It's really good for cleaning your scalp and cleaning the base if you've got a poly base. It's not good, however, if it's being applied to any hair, let alone hair system hair. It has a really potent drying effect. This is the last thing that we want. These are not nourishing ingredients. They are moisture stripping ingredients. And I had a client come through to me literally last week who had really dry hair system hair after 2 weeks of wearing this brand new system. So I asked him a series of questions. I was like, what are you using on it? How often are you shampooing it? How often are you conditioning it? And the last thing he mentioned, because he was following everything else to a T, the last thing he mentioned was that he was putting hairspray on every day, aerosol based hairspray. And immediately a light bulb went off in my head and I was like, that is full of alcohol. No wonder your hair is dry as straw. And the problem is with hair system hair, once you dry it out that much, it's really difficult to get it back. Remember, hair system hair does not regenerate. When it goes dry and brittle, you can't get that moisture back. And before you know it, you're spending another $300 on a system a month after you've just got a brand new one. Now, what would I recommend using instead? Well, avoiding any alcohol in products is absolutely key. Maybe considering some alcohol-free styling creams. You know, maybe if you want some hold and volume, you might even want to consider a matte finish mousse or a sort of texturizing spray wax. Just make sure, check the ingredients before you buy. Just make sure there's no alcohol in there. You want something that gives your hair structure rather than sucking out all the moisture. Now, a quick break before we move on. If you're serious about keeping your hair system looking natural, fresh, full, and undetectable, you might want to consider watching the free video that I've made, 5 mistakes hair system beginners make and how to avoid them. It covers exactly what beginners get wrong and how to fix it fast. And this really is a classic example of a beginner, especially if a stylist has basically applied some hairspray, you think it looks great, you get some yourself, and then you find your system drying out completely after 2 to 4 weeks, and you're like, I might need to get a new system. No. It's all about having the correct knowledge and information to make the right decisions, and that video is a great starting point. The link to that is in the description box below. Right, now on to mistake number 2. Let's talk about deep conditioners, or quite often as they're marketed, leave-in conditioners, even though they're not long-term leave-in conditioners, and that's where the problem lies. This is a really easy trap to fall into. You go into a chemist, you go into a pharmacy, you might go into Boots in the UK or Target in the US. You see a big tub of what you see marketed as leave-in conditioner, and you think, oh yeah, I've seen Adam make a video about leave-in conditioners and how they're so important. I'll get a tub of this, and I'll put it in, and I'll just leave it in. Now look, this is not your fault. This is an issue with marketing and how conditioners are marketed. And I can think off the top of my head at least 5 times where someone's come to me and they've said, Adam, I got some leave-in conditioner, it came in a big tub, and I just left it in and my hair went really flat. It created a really thick film on the strands. It just looked super greasy. And the first red flag that I noticed was when they said, I bought a tub. Now what comes in tubs are deep conditioners, not leave-in conditioners. Yes, you do leave it in, but you only leave it in for 5 to 10 minutes. At the very most, you leave it in an hour. And that's not with hair systems, that's with normal hair. And this leaves me so angry at hair brands for marketing 2 very, very different products virtually identically. Now, if you've done this before, don't worry, or if you're thinking of doing this, it's understandable. The branding needs to absolutely change between these 2 very different products. What you want to be getting, and what I recommend you get, is a leave-in conditioner spray. It appears like a liquid, it comes in a spray top bottle, and it's very light. It's got the lightness of water, and you just spray it in once a day, and you can just comb it through, use a paddle brush, or you can just go in with your hands and massage it. into the system. That's what a leave-in conditioner is. That's what a leave-in conditioner should be branded as in every single shop. When it comes to the deep conditioners that come in big tubs like that, they should be branded as such. They should be branded as deep conditioner. Now, that being said, I'm not against using deep conditioners when it comes to hair systems. I even use one myself, but I wouldn't recommend using it for probably the first at least 2 to 3 months of using a system. It's more used to prolong the life of your system, to give it some deep nourishment that it needs as the system starts aging towards retirement, and I wouldn't leave it in for more than 10 minutes because it can have a stripping effect on the color of the hair. Now, last up, I'm going to be talking to you about heavy oils. Now, you might be thinking at this point, hold on a minute, Ad. You've said that argan oil is really good for hair, especially hair system hair. And yes, I do, but not all oils are made the same. Argan oil is amazing. It is incredible for hair system hair. However, there are other oils on the market that are branded as being useful for dry, brittle hair. Now, the two oils I'm thinking about are castor oil and coconut oil, and I see them everywhere. People swear by them for moisture, for hair growth, for density. But you know what? For hair systems, they are way too dense and they are way too oily. What they will give you is a greasy, weighed down look. If that's what you're looking for with your hair system, I don't know many people who are looking for that, but if that's something you're looking for, get yourself some coconut oil, but I would not recommend it. A second point on this, castor oil and coconut oil are really difficult to wash out of a hair system. And a little bonus issue which I've learned along the way, they can migrate to the base of the system, especially if you wear a system for a week to 2 weeks before you actually do a removal. And you know what? Oils and adhesives really don't work very well. So if you're operating with a lace base and you start whacking your hair full of coconut oil, guess what? It's going to do a great job at weakening the bond and loosening that base from your scalp. So as I always recommend, and I bang the drum on this until the day I die, use argan oil. Use a pure argan oil that comes in a dropper. You can also get an argan oil based leave-in conditioner. Now, there are other products out there that can really destroy your hair system, and they're fully accessible on my bootcamp course, but I recommend you watch that video first about the 5 biggest mistakes hair system wearers make. That's a fantastic starting point, and it's free to download. And if you are due a new unit soon, I've teamed up with my friends at LaVivid to get you 15% off any stock hair system or accessories that they sell. That discount code is Adam15. It can save you a lot of money and you can use it again and again and again. Who says I'm not generous, eh? So to recap, in this video, we've discussed 3 products to cut out if you don't want your hair system to self-destruct within the first month. Number 1, aerosol sprays. Alcohol kills hair systems. Avoid. Number 2, leaving in deep conditioners. Do not do this. It weighs the system down. It makes it flat. It makes it super greasy and super oily. Your hair system will be out of action before you can say bingo. And number 3, avoid certain heavy oils. Argan oil, fine. Castor oil and coconut oil, no. Don't believe what you see on TV. These products will weigh your system down. They will make it really oily and really greasy. And if you're wearing a lace base, it will loosen the bond. It will loosen the bond and you'll find yourself doing way more maintenance than you need to. Swap all of those out for system-friendly, smarter adhesives. And you'll immediately see better results and longer-term durability. I'll catch you guys in the next video.